We might be in for a quiet one. So just to let everybody know what's going on, Rod, I mean, I tend to rotate with Rod now, but tonight he's recording a podcast with Daniel and Devacor. We kept it wraps because we didn't know when it was going to happen or if it was going to happen, but it is happening. We got approached by someone a little while back, a guy who makes podcasts. He's quite a serious guy. He's had people on his podcast before talking about their opinions about Elon Musk's influence on the crypto sphere. That's not the only subject he covers. He's quite serious. He's not really one of these ones that's shilling coins to the moon and all that. He likes to talk about the technology and maybe some of the communities and movements behind it. So he reached out to us, and Rod was interested, and obviously he wanted some people to do it with him that were behind kind of functional parts of the community. So he waited for Devacor and Daniel to be free. Daniel being the main dev that you all know, and he comes in and chats, and he chats in the chat sometimes and comes on the AMA sometimes. And Devacor, who if you have not heard from before, he's the guy who's behind setting up the voting trust and liaising with the lawyers, or initially anyway. He's been bringing more people from the team into those chats with the lawyers as well recently, and he was involved with the protest in California and that kind of stuff. So Rod thought it would be good to get both of them on this guy's podcast. From what we can see, the guy's got a fairly good reach, and he distributes across he's got Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, various multicasting. He's on Spotify. He uploads a version of it to YouTube later as well. So it's cost us nothing to do, so it's obviously worth doing. So that's what they're off doing at the moment, to go and talk about a token. So that's why you're stuck with me and Shadows. I believe Dave will probably be along in a bit as well. He's got some family stuff to deal with. We've got some bits to talk about with the tour and everything, but I don't know, Shadows, have you got any updates since Tuesday on what you've been doing with staking?
Well, probably nothing new to say right now. We have a few things we have not discussed about it, but we'll probably do once everything is right and up and ready. So there are some surprises waiting over there, but we will not disclose it just yet. But if anyone here has not heard already, after we finish with July NFT farming, which is around what was the date? Like 10th or 4th, whatever. It's on the farm page. When we end the farming for July's collection, we will be launching a new contract for August, which will be on staking, and it will be integrated with the NFT farm. So everybody will have to move their staked funds from the old to the new contract. So that's coming, and like the new thing is, in this new contract, we will start sending additional reflections, which will be distributed to the holders who stake. And one of the places we will take new reflections from is actually 50% of our tax for the NFT claim on the farm. So yeah, that's coming with August NFTs. I don't have anything else to disclose new, different from last time. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Okay, nice one. But that's still helpful for people who didn't hear it before. I mean, to summarize, the way that the NFT farm is going to work sounds really exciting, and it's going to be another way to redistribute tokens out to people in other ways, other than our kind of basic tokenomics. There'll be ways for us to distribute bonuses and all that kind of stuff, which could, can turn into interesting events, can turn into anything really. So it's just another string to the bow to keep the community interested. I mean, I think one thing to watch out for, and I mean, you guys who are listening, I no doubt you will know, but you know, again, you're looking at the markets today, and they're not pretty. And you know, we all need to be prepared for the fact that we could be entering, you know, a prolonged bear phase in the market completely. And traditionally, what happens in those situations is the wave of altcoins that you've got that people are interested in, so many will die. And the reason that they die is because the people in their community were only in there for the money, and obviously we're all here for some money, for the money and to protect our investments. But the market goes up and the market goes down, and as most of you know, we're tied to BNB. Our liquidity is in BNB. If we were to have no buys and no sales, we would track it in percentage terms. So that's the thing to remember. If we can all just keep each other engaged through these cold periods, and that's whether that's having these AMAs, trying to get out on the road, running some advertising, targeted advertising, the rave that we're going to have tonight, which I'll come to in a bit. But you know, getting in the chat and just talking to each other, that will make that time feel quicker, and it will give us stuff to do to kind of excite and motivate each other. You know, the things with the NFTs and stuff like that, just new things to do. So we're not too worried, because at the end of the day, it will come back. And it's just having that belief that that it will come back. And belief is a strong word to use when it's your money. Like, you know, we do get that, but we're not going anywhere, and we'll just keep working at it. Even if the market is in a bear phase, we'll come back stronger. It's that simple. It gives us lots of time to work on stuff. So the tour is finally back on the road this weekend. We did take the week off last week, and the main thing for it, and we did mention it, was we didn't want to go into Amsterdam, and you know, we threw it out there, tried to be honest. So we did have a few problems on the road. The driver was expecting some people to go with him. You know, it was difficult, and then there was the kind of last minute protests that happened all through Amsterdam, which meant that you know, getting right into the centre was tricky at times. So what we did was, you know, we just had to make the most of it, and you know, take some lessons away, and not just rush into the next thing. So as you know, or as you may not know, we're hitting Frankfurt tomorrow, and the Nürburgring racetrack on Sunday. I think I've got that right. You know, I'm not the guy on the ground, but that's the info there. We're hoping to do, you know, a lap of the track. We're possibly going to meet up with a YouTuber who does that kind of thing there. But you know, generally there's people hanging around that are interested in cars, that kind of stuff. We've got MK on the call now, who's traveling. Martin, who is interested. Hopefully there'll be more people interested on the ground. We did have Mick, who said he was going to be about. We've not seen him in the chat for a bit, but perhaps he'll be about too. And generally, it's just about attracting a spectacle on the ground. I have in advance set up the target advertising. That is, I've literally got a message about half hour ago from Facebook Ads Manager to say that is approved. I've taken a slightly different tack this time. So what we've done before for Amsterdam, I just did it wide, and we advertised just targeted at the Amsterdam area with no other interest groups. And I showed a picture of the car which we got earlier on in Amsterdam to show that the car was in Amsterdam, and it was a bit like the advert that was running was like, you know, we're on the road, and it had our logo in the advert and then a picture of the car so people could tie it together. What I've done this time is I have targeted it at the local areas. So it is Frankfurt and Nürburgring, or however it's said. I do apologise to our German friends. And it's a bit bolder this time. It's our logo, just big, and saying that we're on the road and to join us. You know, it's just like a well, more like a brand awareness thing. It's not necessarily saying come and find us this time, but what it's doing is it's brand awareness and saying if people want to find out more, to click the link to the website. Now, I don't know if anyone's not been to the website this week. Shadows and I put a bit of work into what it looks like when you first land on it, and we've changed it. So whereas before it was geared up to be a bit more for people who already know a bit about crypto, and the first thing that they saw was figures and a banner about the tour and stuff like that. It was almost geared towards people that already knew about us. When you land on the website now, and feel free to go and have a look at it on mobile or desktop. We'll put the link in. I imagine you'll know what the link is, but I'll pop it in the chat. The first thing that people see is the words Stopelon is the world's first protest cryptocurrency. And then it has 3 points. 1, we stand against market manipulation and scams. 2, we expose bad actors in the world of crypto. 3, we educate and empower ordinary people. There we go. Thank you, Dave. Dave too. Thank you. And then join our free mailing list for an introductory pack. Now, the idea there is, for those of you that don't know, we use a service called MailChimp to send out our emails, and it can very cleverly segment people into different tagged lists and stuff like that, depending on when they joined the list. So I've got it set up to tag anybody that joined the mailing list after the date that we put this up. And I'm working on what will be the introductory pack, and it's not anything complicated. It's going to be 1 page of what is cryptocurrency, what is decentralized finance, and then 1 saying what is Stopelon, why are we doing this, and then 1 saying how do you buy Stopelon, and where's the community, and how can you get involved. It's going to be super simple. And the idea is that these people who see the advert that might not have any idea about who we are or even how this type of cryptocurrency works, we're going to make it as easy as possible for them. Because there is, now we've burnt through that kind of moonshot phase where all the people that are interested in the next big BSC token jump on it, shoot it to the moon, and then pull out their bags. We've got to find new people. We've got to find people out in the real world, and we can do that by helping them. Being against manipulation and scams is something that is going to appeal to people on the outside who are worried that the first thing that they buy could just be a scam. So the idea is to be there to help them, really. And if anybody has any suggestions, or if you see new people come in the chat as a result, it may not be instant. Just remember, we're all here to help each other. And the more people we help into this world, if we're the first crypto that people buy, we're going to be their Doge or whatever. Our one's going to sit in their wallet, and they might go and play about with other stuff. But if we're the guys that got them into it, then they're going to sit on their tokens without a doubt, because it will mean something to them. So that's my thoughts on that anyway. So that's that. The tour, we had a poll on what the prizes were going to be. I can't say I know loads about that. There was a poll, and I don't know. Shadows, has the poll ended, or is there a result?
Yeah, as far as I know, this week we will not be giving away any more iPhones, and we're rather switching to what the poll was decided on, which I believe was like 3 prizes equal. Let me find the poll. Yeah, we actually have.
Oh, go on. Or do you want me to do it?
Yeah, just 3 equal prizes of 300 each for the first 3 holders that find the car, and then 5 million Stopelon to each of the next 5 runner-ups. So that's the change for this week's tour and for next week, and we'll probably do this until the end.
Great. I think for some of the people, if anybody is worried that we're doing something to what was announced originally. I mean, like I said, we've got to learn about these things, and it is new to us at the end of the day, and we're trying something new, and we put out the poll and just tried to see what people wanted. And one of the ways that we can make sure that the price doesn't drop for our holders is to not convert our tokens into money to buy things, with fiat. So that's why we put up the option to see what people would want. It doesn't drop the price when we send people Stopelon, as I'm sure you know, and that's how that is really. Has anybody got any questions? Whilst anyone's thinking of any questions, at the top of the hour, so in 45 minutes, we're doing our first ever Stopelon rave. It's not a huge thing. It's a bit of fun on a Friday night, or Friday day for some of you maybe. If you're indoors and you're not doing anything, I'm going to put the link there. Our Twitch channel, which we haven't used since I've been part of this, since the core team came on. This is a channel that was used once or twice near the beginning. We thought that we'd engage some followers there and get people online, just doing something a bit fun. So we're gonna have a rave. I'm gonna DJ. I've got some lights here. I'm gonna turn up the lights, and we'll try and stream something. We've done a few tests, and it'll have the logo up and a little visualizer. You can get in the chat on there or on the chat in Telegram. Either. It'd be cool if people could come across to the chat on Twitch, because then anybody else coming on will see that we're an active community. I've tried to advertise it on Facebook and to my friends and in more music circles as well. So some people might just come along just for the music, and it'll be the first time that they see the Stopelon logo and the community and that, and whether or not it's of any benefit. Again, it's something that's cost us nothing. So we are always trying new things. So what have we got? Robert George has just said that he was on $520 US, now on 290. We totally appreciate that, Robert, and I think what you'll find on the core team now is that we're all holders, and that we were all holders from early on, and many of us are in the same position, or possibly worse to be honest with you. The market is in bleed out free fall. I don't know if if you look at other things as well, whether you're looking at Bitcoin and BNB and Ether and all of that stuff, and for a coin like us to even still be here after the months that it's been is really good work, and we're ready to ride the market again when it goes up, and at the very least we'll track it in percentage terms, and for every new person we get on board, we'll go out ahead of it, and we can only say that we're working on it. That is, unfortunately, markets go down as well as up, and all this stuff that we're doing is just to try and engage people, to keep people holding, and to add new people. But I feel your pain. I promise you.
Yeah, I would like to say some words about it also.
Yeah.
If anybody has not heard today's news, today's bleed is actually, or at least is meant to be from, again, China's announcements on crypto. They think they can ban their nationwide mining or whatever, and just got people a bit scared. So that's today's news. That's why we have red on every major crypto, which leads to every second level crypto going down also, which includes us, because our liquidity is tied to BNB. So yeah, that's today's news. If anybody have not yet heard them or read them or whatever. So yeah.
It's one of those things where I was in work and I come out on a break or something, and I look at my phone and you just think, oh, for God's sake, not again, or whatever. But news drags things down, but news also pulls things up. So it's the nature of cryptocurrency. It is volatile. You know, you read it in every news story warning you that it is volatile, and it is. There's not much more that we can add to that other than that we will always try to weather the storm when it's on a down, and to fix the roof when the sun is shining is a term that we use here. So when the times are good, we do everything that we can to shore it up and use that money for good. Stop Xi Jinping, indeed. I don't think I've got much more to say other than across the weekend. Just please keep an eye on the social media. I've asked the guys on the ground to record as much video as possible, and I'd say that to any of you that if you are in Germany and you are there and you meet the car or you see the car, any little snippets of video that you can take of you with the car or people around the car or whatever, our driver will be there, and hopefully we'll have other people there doing that. But if you do get anything and you want to forward it to me, I can edit it into videos for TikTok and all kinds of stuff. I don't know if any of you saw let me see if I can find it actually, the Amsterdam chase video. So we did get a video of, oh, one sec, of so in Amsterdam, when we did put the iPhone up, we spent the weekend driving around and pitching up and all of that kind of stuff. And then when it came time to give away the iPhone, all we simply did was we announced it on Twitter, and we put up an image with a little pin on the map roughly where the car was. And from that point, it was a race to the car. The first person with 10 million Stopelon in their wallet that got to the car got the phone. And we knew of at least one person, but it turned out that was someone else. And if you watch the video, it's actually quite a funny video that the driver's taken from. It's a rear cam video in the car showing another car catching up and basically demanding the prize with a series of flashing and honking horns. So it was quite funny. But so we put that up on YouTube. But yeah, so if anyone is able to get any video on the road, and I'll make sure that any video that I get from the team gets put up. You know, that's the kind of stuff that people want to see. So that, you know, that is what we're trying to get hold of. I've got nothing else for today. I need to get ready for
another thing I want to mention. Actually, just a reminder, if anybody feels like they want to get some stickers and something like that to spread the word around in their town or their trip or whatever, Aaron is sending out. You're still sending them out, right?
Yes, yeah. You're not volunteering me something that I can't do. No. Yes, I have got some packaged up for Martin here, ready to send next time I get to the post office. And I can do the same for other people. I've still got plenty in a box here.
Yeah, Aaron is sending them out free of charge, a small pack of stickers, so people can just stick them around town, or like Harry, I know he sticked one in his tattoo shop, so every person that comes in actually sees us. So if you feel like doing something similar, just send a message to Aaron and we'll figure it out how to send you some free stickers.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate it.
No worries. If anybody got any more questions? No. Well, if you do,
I will call you tomorrow, searching for the car over there.
Yeah, but if you stay active in the chat, then obviously we'll do our best to keep you updated on what's going on the ground.
Keep an eye on the map on the website, as probably our driver will update the location from time to time. So
the location gets updated when the driver pings, so you'll be able to see from there that roughly where he is. But I'm sure we can help with more precise if it comes to it. Yeah, so that's it. I think we'll wrap it up here. But if anybody does have any extra questions, obviously you can type them in the main chat, or you can DM any of us, and we'll save them for the next AMA, or we'll do the research that we need to answer them and get back to you on the chat. But for now, thank you. Stick around and get over to Twitch in about half an hour. We should be on all night. If you've got other stuff to do, you can come back later. But have a great Friday, have a great weekend, and keep your eyes out. And we'll talk to you again on Tuesday. Thank you.
We'll see
Cheers.
you later,
Bye.
everyone. See you in the rave.
See ya.
Yeah.
Guys,
See you
have a
on
good
Twitch
weekend.
chat.
Nice week.